Hi, I'm David Skipper, designed for Slot, the desert culture brand here in Moab, Utah. This is the Guide 50, our largest volume pack. At 50 liters, this pack is the perfect rate to carry multiple ropes, group gear, and multi-day equipment. It's the perfect bag for any gear-intensive objective. The biggest game changer is our patented SRS divider system. A physical divider separating gear from rope optimizes speed and safety when using the single rope rappel technique. The divider system consists of a gear side yellow and a rope side blue. We pack our bags by tying the bottom of the rope through the black loop. B, black bottom. Then we flake the rope into the bottom of the bag on the blue side. Once the rope is flaked inside, tie the top end to the red loop here, undo the metal hooks, fasten it to the front, making room to be able to load all your gear on the gear side. You can hang gear from the loops, stuff an extra shirt or whatever you want in there, lunch. And then to make it rappel ready, you have to hook these back to the gear side. Now the rope is isolated and ready to rappel. Since your harness and your helmet aren't used without the rope for your rappel, I just stuff these things on the top, independent of rope or gear side. Tighten that thing up, close the lid, and we're good to go. Now that you're packed up and ready to walk into your first wrap, typically you'd have to stop and remove your pack to grab your water bottle to get a drink of water, stay hydrated. Our solution is this bag comes with a removable waist belt for comfort, a water bottle holder, and a water bottle. So you can stay hydrated the mile or two, three, whatever it is to get up there and arrive in good shape. So once you found where your anchor is, I'll typically hang this, move and put on my helmet first, rig up with my harness, then swing this thing around. And this is the removable part of the waist belt, super easy. I'll put this in the lid for access into canyon. I'll typically have a couple more in there as well, depending on the day's requirements. I'll roll this thing up. And stuff it in to the gear side. Make sure that is tidy in there and that the rope is nicely isolated. So your 50-liter guide now is acting as a rope bucket. Untie the top, not the B black bottom. Run it through your anchor after you've determined it's credibly correct. And then whatever mechanism you would like to wrap on, now you can flake the rope out. Flakes out really easily. Determine the length, toss your rope, put in your rappel block, contingency anchor, however you'd like to run that. With your wrap line secure, using the single rope rappel setup, everyone in your group but the last person descends. Then the last person ensures that the rope can be pulled, removes the pack, closes the lid, and then during the descent, the rope pays out. So once I'm safe at the bottom of the wrap, I unclip, take the pack off, unclip the lid, open up the main body as much as I can. Now, as I'm pulling the rope, I'm actually flaking this in. When I get to the knot, I can put this safely in the gear side, unknot, continue to flake. Once it's in my pack, tie it into the top end. Yank, clip, and go. Every single part of this bag has been exhaustively designed and tested and then redesigned. So a couple of parts that I really like about it. My first goals were to make a backpack that carried a guide level amount of gear, that brought the SRS, the divider system, into the bag. So it took using a single rope rappel system and matching it with the bag to increase effectiveness, speed, safety, keeps your hands clean. It does a lot of really nice things. I'm super psyched with the way it works. Another part that I'm super psyched about is the initial goal, I remember this like it was yesterday, was to build a bag that carries like a backpack and is as durable as a haul bag. So to achieve that, in terms of the comfort side, I've got nicely padded shoulder straps. You see there's an 1.5 inch webbing here. That goes all the way into here. Another piece of webbing comes across here. There are about 12 bar tacks on each side. It also ties into this, so the grab loop is super durable. And it's a little tough to see, but there's a second layer of webbing on the inside of the grab loop. So if you get into a situation when you're rapping and this thing needs to be dropped from your shoulder and you've got it on a line, you can do that with confidence. This is super, super durable. The other part that makes it comfortable is it has a real back panel, but it's not going to get chewed up like a mesh would when you're pulling it through the canyon. Combine that with the waist belt that comes out. What that does is while you're carrying this thing in and out of the technical sections, you have the advantage of a super nice waist belt. When you're in the technical sections, maybe this bag needs to be tossed. Maybe it needs to be pulled through some really uncomfortable situations. Now you have this one less thing to get in the way. When we look at the durability side, we've got this super burly fabric here, and it doesn't have any seams that exist that aren't covered by webbing. And the webbing, just like a pair of jeans, fabric first wears out where the seams are. So I've covered all of those and then inserted draining eyelets in here that keeps the sand from going in but allows all of the water to come out. So I did this primarily several years ago because I took it to Ken's Lake, put it full of water, lifted it up, and it was still super heavy. So these are the right amount of eyelets that if this thing is full of water, I can bear hug it and it'll drain as quickly as possible. So 7 years later, I think that anyone that buys and uses this backpack will have a better canyoneering experience.